Good morning, teacher, and good morning, classmate. Today, I'm gonna talk about Area 51. It's a mistake. Area 51 is a big area in Nevada, United States. It's popular because in this place is developing experiments with secret technologies, new military aircraft, and etc. The reality is that the government of the United States never admitted this idea about the Area 51, but likewise neither denied it. In recent decades, there have been numerous sightings of UFOs from what happened in the town of Roswell in the Nevada desert near Area 51. In addition, there are people who say to have had encounters with aliens. But what was happening in Roswell town near to the Area 51? We all grew up listening the inexplicable story about the strange incident of Roswell near to the Area 51. It happened the night of July 2nd in 1947 in Roswell, outskirts New Mexico. Until today, several witnesses have claimed for years that night they could identify a big silver object in front of this flying in the skies. After that, the strange object seemingly vanished. The next day, in the morning, a farmer called Mac Russell walked around the sun with his horse and also with his neighbor, Timothy Proctor. Supposedly, they found evidence there were strange rests of a metallic material on the ground never seen before. The rests were in different sizes, and they were dispersed along the area, as if this were an air accident. The metal was light and flexible, but at the same time it was incredible resistance. According to investigations, 3 theories have been exposed about what happened on the town of Roswell. The first theory mentions that it had been a balloon to study the weather and it had suffered a failure and dropped. That was the most logical explanation and which was no questions during 3 decades. However, a local reporter researched the incident in 1950. The authorities asked him to finish with his research and forget the incident. Months later, someone claimed he had seen a lot of unknown people who damaged the journalist. In addition, the complete publication related to what happened was eliminated. Also, the official who was mandated to investigate the incident of the supposed weather balloon said it was out of the ordinary what had been found there. The second theory explains it was an alien spacecraft that had been collided by a missile and it was manned by aliens. Also, the theory says the bodies of these creatures were hanging on to the light in the desert the next morning. Obviously, they were never found, so a lot of people speculate American science of the Area 51 had passed over to this incident and they had appropriated of the aliens. In addition, the theory became the most famous when a video appeared. That video records all the investigation process applied to the creatures and an upside where the bodies of those aliens were analyzed by the science. The third theory explains that these aliens were prisoners of war and their bodies had suffered the consequence by bombs in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Also, it bears in mind the purposes of the Area 51 like experiments with new technologies and handling of uranium. Finally, until today, the case remains like a completed uncertainty. Nevertheless, people still suspect that in reality, Area 51 is a research center for aliens where the rests of the spacecraft discovered in 1945 near to the town of Roswell still stay.